And Milton's going to go ahead and finish out the first banning phase with a Kassadin. And so we'll go ahead and see what Bayport responds with. And it's going to go ahead and be the Zac. Zac is a pretty popular jungler, especially in good team compositions. Can have a lot of engage, a lot of CC, and can be quite a nightmare for a lot of teams to play around. Milton is going to go ahead and pick Kayn right off the back. And it looks like Bayport's going to go ahead and lock in the new-looking Morgana. Morgana is okay right now as far as our competitive league goes. It's Kale is the one that isn't allowed to be played, or Silas. Morgana really wasn't a rework as much of it was just a little tweak. And it's going to be, it sounds like the same thing that's coming out with the Teemo. So Teemo won't get banned from competition if it comes out during the playoffs or state championship. Looks like we're going to go ahead and get a Yorick up in the top lane. Really popular right now, really OP up in the top lane. Able to just go ahead and do a lot of damage. Even seen some play recently in the LCS and some of the pro leagues. So be curious to see what the matchup's going to look like up there in the top. Milton then goes ahead and locks in the Rakan. And that's going to be an Orianna pick coming in mid. So Milton's holding off on picking their top laner and their ADC. And it looks like Bayport is going to go ahead and lock in Xin Zhao Jungle. Pretty popular pick right now. Really good engage. Really good early game pressure. Now we'll go ahead and see what the next round of bans are. I would imagine that they continue. I would think that if I'm Bayport, I would go ahead and ban out some top laners at this point. If you really want to really try to stop Milton, maybe throw down another ADC. So they are going to go ahead and ban out the Jax. I think that's a pretty popular one, especially into Yorick, because he's got the ability to just jump out and jump in and stuff like that. So you can really avoid some of that CC. The Sivir pick, or the Sivir ban coming down, I should say, for Milton. Another one of those ADCs that once you get to the late game, once you get that 3-item spike and you're doing crit damage on every single throw with Sivir, can be a bit of a nightmare. With a Morgana, I could see like a Jhin pick coming out for Bayport. That's usually a pretty good synergy between the two. But then that's going to leave them needing a little AP in the mid lane. So they are going to go ahead and get rid of a Kai'Sa. So really for ADCs, we got Ezreal left. We got Jinx, Jhin. I mean, there's others, especially with the current meta right now. You can play just about anything, especially in the bot lane. Yeah, Caitlyn is available. Ashe isn't bad. Draven's a pretty good hyperscale. You could see a Callista being played too with that Rakan. And so they are, both teams deciding to focus a lot on this ADC ban here to really put people on maybe some champions that they're not comfortable with. So we'll see what Bayport comes out here. I would assume that they're going to go, I would go with my mid laner first, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and lock in their ADC, so that way then they can't try to get counterpicked in the mid. Milton's looking like they're hovering a Yasuo pick, which would be the ADC or top laner. And going into Yorick, I think that's actually probably a good advantage there for the Yasuo. And it's going to be a Renekton pick, so that's going to be a Yasuo ADC. The Renekton works pretty well against the Yorick. Able to really just dash in and dash out really quick. Looking at the matchup here, yeah, Renekton is a pretty big counter there to Yorick. especially for lane kill rates and KDA. But York actually has the win percentage just because he's able to do so much like split pushing and tower damage, that he's got a much higher win percentage in this matchup. So, and then that's going to be an Echo in the mid. So kind of interesting pick there. It does give them the AP that they really need for the team. The MF and Mord combination do work pretty well together. Let's see what the matchup rate looks like here for Echo into the Orianna. Echo's got the lane kill rate by about 5%, but Orianna's got quite a few other statistics. But for the amount of matchups, according to op.gg, about the 1,700 times that these two have faced off in the mid, Echo's got a 52.5% win rate. So kind of interesting matchup there. So we'll see how this plays out. As we're waiting to get into the spectator mode here, just kind of looking around the rest of the league here. Looking at some of the standings for Division 1, we have no undefeateds in Division 1. We have Case sitting at 5-1, Milton at 4-1, and then sitting at 3-1, we have Cedarburg, Janesville Craig, Wausau West, and Wilmot. Arrowhead sitting at 3-2, and then we got 3 teams at 1-4 of Bayport, Muskego, and Waterford. And Horlick and Wausau West are both looking for that first win. Waukesha West actually only has 2 games played so far. They're still struggling to get some of those rescheduled matches in. And there's only 1 week of play left. So we're gonna need to see a lot of Waukesha West being played here. So that way we can make sure that standings are accurate for playoffs. Looking down here in Division 2, we have an undefeated team of West De Pere. We have McFarland sitting at 4-1. We got 3 schools at 2-1. That's Montello, Walden, and Tosa. Clinton is sitting at 3-2. Baraboo and Oconto are sitting at 3-4. Whitnall at 1-2. The Dells at 1-3. And Elkhorn and St. Catharines both sitting at 0-3. So looks like there's still some rescheduled games that need to be made up down there in Division 2. Actually, quite a few makeup games that need to be made down there. So hopefully those schools are getting to work on some of those. So that way then we can make sure that we have accurate standings going into playoffs. Looking at our League of Legends JV action here as well. Clinton A sitting at undefeated at 5-0. Wausau West only has 1 game, but they're 1-0. Looks like a lot of rescheduled games down here as well. Bit unfortunate, but what can you do? Take a quick peek over at our Overwatch varsity standings as well here. Horlick and Bayport sitting at a perfect 5-0. Montello at 4-1. Washington Park at 3-3. Walden and Case at 2-2. Random Lake 3-4. Wilmot 2-3. Looks like there's some rescheduled games that need to be made up in Overwatch still too. So those standings could change quite a bit given how many games need to be made up. So and we did just lose Appleton. Bit unfortunate, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Rocket League here. McFarland, Wilmot, and Montello all have an undefeated team. Omro, Montello, and Washington Park have 2 losses, and then there's some other teams staggered around there with 3 and 4 losses. And something I haven't checked out too much this semester is to see the Smash results. So right now, Bayport, Arrowhead, Washington, and Case are all sitting undefeated. We got a 5-0, a 4-0, 3-0, and 2-0. So again, some schools need to be making up some of those games or reporting their matches. So again, it's really hard to tell actually how accurate some of these standings are when we don't have all of our data sets. So if you're watching and you're listening, make sure you're reporting your matches. Again, make sure that you're checking out on the Discord channel. I have posted a couple of coupons there if you want to go test out Game On before the state championship. I highly encourage that you do go scope out the facilities. Really cool. And we do have a friendly State Farm agent supporting our community as well. Big shout out and big thank you to Zach Zabel for helping our community. We really appreciate your efforts. Really appreciate you. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Go and situate some of our champions here. Thanks for the tips, Rito. Don't see any first items that really stand out too much. I guess maybe the only one that I see there is the Renekton taking the Doran Shield instead of Doran's Blade, or even Yorick could take Corrupting Potions. It looks like both top laners are looking for a little bit of that sustain, as they're probably going to be sitting up top farming for quite a while. I would go ahead, if we were to go ahead and make a guess here, just based on team composition, who do you think would win? Oh, that's right. Unfortunately, I can't create a poll right now. Otherwise, I would make a little poll here. And you can tell me who do you think is going to win based upon the current team drafts here. So do note that Echo elected to go ahead and go with the Dark Seal first. If you look at some of the statistics on some of the items here, the Dark Seal is actually one of the most gold efficient items in the game if you start off with it. It's something like 150% gold return based upon that item. So that's why you see a lot of, especially in like the LCS, you see a lot of them actually go back and get like 2 Dark Seals. And that's just because the amount of efficiency that the item has in order to help you get a little bit more of a gold lead. So again, it looks like Renekton is just kind of letting his wave push up under his tower. I think that's the right thing to do there. Use that tower to your advantage. We're going to see a knock up here on the Morgana. The Ignite's coming down. I think the heal's coming down, but I don't think Morgana's going to survive. And she does. She's only got a couple of health left here. She's just under 100 health. So she is able to go ahead and heal up, pop that potion, pop that heal, and is able to stay alive there. So see the Renekton trying to get a little bit of damage down there on the Yorick. Yorick's pushed up pretty early. Does have the river warded. Oh, we do see those little ghouls being a big pain in the butt. Here comes Kayn. We're going to see... Oh, there's the snare. That's a good one. That's going to be a first blood going over to Renekton. Good gank there. So that's what you need to do. If you're ever in a losing lane matchup, like I would say Renekton is under, especially for early game there. But Renekton just let the wave push just past the river there, and Kayn is just able to sneak in and help get a 2v1. We do see Kayn's going to get a little bit of pressure here. Going to get snared up there. Oh, Kayn not able to go ahead and turn this. Orianna and Renekton not able to come down quick, but they could actually potentially pin. But it looks like Orianna's just going to try to get back to lane. MF is going to get caught out a little bit too far. There's the Morgana shield, and MF is going to have to flash out of that. So both bot laners for Bayport are down their flashes, and One is down a heal. Morgana's getting caught out a little bit too far there. Rakan able to go ahead and get the snare, and the Yasuo is able to get the tornado in order to secure the kill on the MF in the bot lane. Milton takes an early 2-1 lead, sitting at about a 500 gold lead so far. I would say that Milton's got two ways that they can really put a win condition on this game. Number one is that Yasuo. Once you get a little bit of a lead down there in the bot lane for Yasuo, the Echo's going to get caught out here by the Kayn as well. I don't know if they have it. They don't have enough in order to get it, especially with those double buffs that Echo has. But once you get that crit, 100% crit right there on Yasuo, so probably he'll either elect to go back and first get either the IE, the Infinity Edge, or he's going to go ahead and go with the Static Shiv, depending on kind of what this wave looks like here as far as he continues to kind of farm up here. Given that both are range, I think for wave clear, the Static Shiv would be a little bit more helpful, but if you get a lot of early damage down too, that's super helpful with Yasuo. But the win lane with the Yasuo there, or you can even see this Renekton put a lot of early game pressure down as well. So especially with Kayn, so if you can kind of camp this top and get your Renekton kind of beefy, provides you a lot of like dash into the back line. You could CC the MF and deal a lot of damage down in the back line there. So that's kind of the nice thing about this team composition that Milton has is the Renekton and the Yasuo can easily get into that backline and easily get to the Misfortune and the Morgana. As far as Bayport goes, I think the Echo and the Xin Zhao are really where they're going to want to try to focus a lot of their kill priority. Get Echo roaming around, get Echo down into this bot lane here to try to jump on the Yasuo and the Rakan. And get Echo ahead, because once he's able to get ahead, he can really dash around the map as well. The Morgana shield coming out. She's going to be able to snare the Yasuo there, and she's got to be careful. She's one auto attack away. The Rakan's getting super greedy, and he gets it, but it's also going to cost him his life, and that's going to be a kill going over to Misfortune. Little greedy on that tower dive there. There is a ward there, so Yasuo knows that Xin is down there in the bot lane. But I would think that Xin wants to really try to come down here on the bot side and help his ADC. MF is pretty far behind already. She's been kind of pushed under tower quite a bit there. She's already down by 20 CS. So Zin's going to need to put a little priority, right? That's a pretty big win condition if you're able to get MF a little bit ahead here. Yasuo's going to go ahead and knock her up, try to get some of that CC down. The Rakan's kind of getting caught out there in the river again. So this is that good thing. You're seeing Echo and Xin rotating down. Orianna might be stretched a little bit too far here, trying to get in behind. Kayn is there too. So we're kind of seeing this weird team fight kind of potentially starting out on the early map here. Morga's in a kind of a weird spot, clearing out some wards here. And it looks like Bayport's just going to go ahead and let Milton take this Scuttle Crab here. Get priority over the Infernal Drake there, which both teams would really want to go ahead and try to get some priority over. I will take a little note here that Yorick, despite what the statistics say, Yorick is actually winning the lane. He's actually about 25 CS ahead of Renekton there, despite Renekton having that kill. Yorick's just been able to put that pressure down there on Renekton and to just keep him backing off of the wave. So doing a good job bullying his lane there and putting himself in the advantage. Does have that Sheen priority there, whereas Renekton's got the Tiamats going. for the Renekton in this matchup, a lot of the times you'll go for like Tiamat's first and then go into Black Cleaver. But I don't know how much armor that Renekton's really going to see, so I don't know if you necessarily want to go with the Black Cleaver as the first one. Like the CDR and the health is super helpful for Renekton as he's kind of getting caught out here, but able to just go ahead and back out, use his dash. So Bayport's got their jungler up in the top, so what that should say for Milton is that they need to go bot side with Kayn there, because, or even start looking at putting some pressure on that Infernal there. Morgana's going to get caught out, and here comes the Yasuo ultimate. That's going to go ahead and be the Morgana shield. The Ignite's coming down, but no kills. Quite a bit invested, trying to put some pressure there. So we are going to see Morgana and MF being stuck under tower here. They do have a ward there, so they do know that Kayn is down here on the bot side of the map as well. So ooh, Misfortune taking that tornado there from Yasuo. Xin Zhao in the river here. Gonna go ahead and spot out that Kayn and Rakan are down there. The Yorick ultimate coming out here, trying to get some damage down here on the Renekton. Renekton's doing his best to go ahead and get him to go away. Be gone, demon. So it does look like that Renekton has kind of started. Oh, the Renekton ult coming out, and it's put Yorick in a bad situation here. Renekton might be able to go ahead and turn this one if he's able to go ahead and get a dash. Oh, there's the flash. There's the dash. Or the swirl. There it is. Well played there by Renekton, able to go ahead and get that level 6. Or, sorry, already was level 6. Oh, the MF ult. Oh, that was a nice tornado there. But unfortunately, it's going to be an awkward turnaround here for both teams. So, some kills coming down here in the bot lane. Xin Zhao is just going to go ahead and try to get this farm for himself. But Yasuo is starting to get some of that early lead there. Zin's just trying to hold the wave here. There's the Rakan diving in. The Yasuo getting thrown around there. The Xin Zhao ultimate. Here comes the Echo. The Echo might have the damage, does have the damage to go ahead and get the Yasuo. Echo's going to go ahead and keep dashing around. Might be able to go ahead and get it. I don't know what his cooldowns look like. Putting the pressure down on Orianna. Orianna's shield's coming down. She's calling her ball back. That was a pretty good turnaround there. That shutdown gold is going to be really important for Echo. The Rakan probably overextending, has to use the dash away because they have 4 members bot now for Bayport. Oh, Yorick just missing the... So Bayport's now got the advantage in the mid lane as Echo's already got the Hextech Proto Belt finished and's got 4 sacks on the Dark Seal. So that's going to be really important. That's going to be quite a bit of additional AP damage coming down there. And having that first completed item over the Orianna is going to make quite a bit of difference in lane. I would imagine we start to see some turret plates going down here. There's only about 2 minutes left for turret plates, so both teams need to, if they want that little bit of advantageous gold, they should start putting a little bit more pressure. I think Echo is going to be able to just get that first tick right about. I do think there's for sure a turret plate down, but I don't know if Echo was able to go ahead and stay close enough in order to get the gold advantage. So do see Echo's now down here in the river, pushing Kayn off of the top lane there, trying to help his top laner. Xin is also there in the mid. That Rakan's kind of in a weird spot here. There's the knockup by Rakan, trying to just hold off for his jungler and his ADC to get there. The Xin ultimate coming down, and that's going to go ahead and be Xin being shut down there in the river. That was a pretty good play there by Milton. recognizing that Xin was all by himself. The bot lane hadn't started roaming up the river just yet, and was able to go ahead and secure the kill on the jungler. Yasuo's now got the static shiv, so he elected to go ahead and go for a little bit faster of a wave clear. Probably going to be able to put more pressure, especially with the tornado and both of them being ranged. I think that's the right item build to start, just because that way you can throw that tornado and still start to do a little bit more damage, start to get some of that critical strike there as well. Echo's going to get faced there with some pressure coming from Rakan and Kayn in the mid lane. Rakan's able to go ahead and clear that ward out. Xin Zhao's right here. I don't know if Milton knows that, but he's going to be spotted now here as he tries to help push a little bit of pressure off there of his mid laner. Yorick is starting to get quite a bit of damage done up here on this top turret. Again, anytime that Renekton backs, Yorick should be able to put a lot of pressure on this tower up there in the top lane. Morg needs to be very careful here. Yasuo with that first item needs to be respected. Morgana being pretty aggressive there. There comes the Yasuo ultimate, and then there's the Rakan coming in. Oh, there's a nice MF ult, and that's going to be the tower getting the kill, and that's going over to Morgana. So that was a pretty aggressive play there. Morgana needs to be careful. She's taking a lot of damage from these minions. She's actually going to go down here, and that's going to be Yasuo getting a free kill on Morgana, staying too aggro from those minions. Oh, that's unfortunate. We do see that Yorick has now completed the Trinity Force there and is going to be able to put quite a bit of pressure down there on Renekton. Renekton's about 200 gold away from being able to back and get that Black Cleaver. If that does appear to be the item that he's going to go ahead and be looking for here. See that Kayn has transformed there as well, so Renekton just able to dash out of that little stun barrier there from Yorick. Makes it so hard for Yorick in order to get the advantage. Able to put a lot of pressure down on Renekton there, but Renekton's just got the lifesteal now from the Tiamats. And just can dive in, dive out, splash a little damage here, splash a little damage there. Echo looks to be trying to get a little trade in there on the Orianna. Rakan coming back down to the bot side here as Yasuo has this bot lane pushed up. Yasuo's got a 60 CS advantage at 17 minutes. That's just a lot of pressure. Do you see that MF elected to go with the Black Cleaver finished first? Not something that I really expected. Echo throwing down the damage there on Orianna. Yeah, I'm really not too sure about this build. We do see, here comes the Morg ult and the MF ult. So that's going to be 2 ults for 1 support kill. So that's not terrible as MF is able to go ahead and get that damage down there on the Rakan and the Yasuo that decided to tower dive there. Pretty greedy there, if you ask me. We do see Yorick. Again, Yorick's getting to that point into the game that he might be able to just... Oh, sorry. Spoke too soon. Niced him. But if Yorick was able to get one more smash there before the Kayn was able to ult into him, Yorick would have done enough damage in order to go ahead and get that kill there. And that 2v1 dive there might actually cost Bayport their first tower up there in the top lane, going over to Renekton and Kayn. They have the wave that's there. I think that's going to be first tower going over to Milton. Zin's going to get caught out here. Going to get a little engage here with the Rakan. The Orianna shield's going to have to come out there as well. Echo was able to go ahead and secure that turret. The flash over the wall there because he sees that Yasuo's there. That's a 3v2, you don't want to fight. Echo's going to go ahead and go in here. The Zin's trying to get some pressure there, but they know that 3 members of Milton are there in the river as well, or in the mid lane. Not a winning situation there. See, Morgana is now starting to roam a little bit here as well. Morgana has her Mobies completed, just like the Rakan there. And it looks like she's going to go ahead and probably complete the Zanyas as her first item. Morgana stepping on a ward there, so Bayport does know where, or sorry, Milton does know where she's at. Apologies. Rakan spending a lot of time here in the river, really being that that roaming support. Rakan's really good at that. You know, you see other ones like Alistar doing it as well, but the mobility that Rakan has is one of his best features. So we do see this Infernal Drake starting to get some attention. We see Echoes down here. Xin Zhao's down here as well. Zin's going to go ahead and go into the pit there. Here comes... Bayport was able to... Milton was able to go ahead and secure the Infernal there. Yasuo was able to go ahead and get into the backline, secure the MF kill. Yasuo was able to secure the kill on Xin Zhao. Echo gets the kill on Kayn. Yasuo gets another kill on Morgana. And now we're seeing Echo just basically running for his life here. Yasuo could be feeling greedy enough, sitting at 7-2-2 here, that might be willing to try that dive. Echo recognizes it, recognizes how aggressive that this Yasuo and Rakan have been in the bot lane. And that's going to go ahead and be the mid turret going over to Milton as well. It's going to be a 2-1 advantage so far for Milton in the tower department. Yasuo and Rakan starting to even put some pressure down here on the second tier turret. Orianna's going to go ahead and go to the bot lane here, push this wave in. She might be able to put enough pressure down in order to secure that tier 1 turret down there in the bot lane. Morg does have complete the Zanyas here. Echo's completed the Lich Bane. Orianna's got the Luden's Echo done. And Yasuo did go ahead and complete the Infinity Edge there. So now he does have the 100% crit chance, if I'm not mistaken. So 25 and 50. If I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure. I know that's 50% for 2 items, but Echo's going to go ahead and get caught out, and that's going to be another kill going over to this Yasuo. So again, that win condition, as I said earlier in the stream for Milton, that Yasuo is a big win condition. Xin Zhao's getting caught out there when there's 4 members there in mid. Gotta respect it. Sometimes it's okay to just go ahead and let the objective fall. And regroup and reset as a team so you can try to make some sort of go at it. So the Kayn going to go ahead and get caught in there. Rakan's able to drop the redemption. Yorick needs to be careful here. Again, respect that Yasuo. That Yasuo is pretty beefy at this point. Do you see that Yasuo did go ahead and get a stopwatch as well? Yorick's trying to put as much damage down on that Kayn as he can. 2 hits and has half-life. Kayn, again, now getting pressured there from the Echo. Yorick does have a Bramble Vest there. Everybody's trying to go in on the Yasuo. They are able to go ahead and get the shutdown on the Yasuo. Rakan, a little bit too far forward, might be able to get it. Morgana with a double kill. Echo getting it on Orianna, so that's 2 double kills. So that was a good team fight there. I would imagine that Bayport could go ahead and look to go ahead and go for Baron here. And it does look like that they are running that direction. I think at this point, Renekton just needs to back up and go ahead and let it happen. Don't risk it. The timers, I do believe, are going to allow... They're going to allow Bayport to go ahead and take this uncontested. Again, Morgana needs to be careful there. She's taking some of that damage there. The deeper in the pit you go, the more damage that you're going to be taking from Baron. Renekton trying to get some vision on it. He may try to dive in here. I don't think that's going to be wise. Renekton's going to go ahead and get met with Yorick and a constant CC chain. That's going to be another kill going over to Echo there, and they secure the Baron. So Bayport really swung this game in their favor there. It was pretty much an ace, so it was well done by Bayport. And now they got the Baron buff here, so we'll see where they decide to start to put some of this pressure down. I did notice that Orianna was able to go ahead and push up that bot wave and secure the turret. So that does put Milton at a 4-1 tower advantage over Bayport. With all those kills going over to Echo, he is able to go ahead and complete the Zanyas as well. Yorick is able to go ahead and complete the Thornmail there. Xin Zhao's kind of in a bad situation right here, but is able to go ahead and get around the side there and gets the support now of his Morgana and MF. Yorick doing Yorick things and just split pushing up in the top, which is honestly perfect. That's perfect for Bayport because it requires that Renekton leave the team fights here. And York is just going to be able to put so much pressure on these turrets now. He could look at he's just able to just go ahead and take those turret shots there and come back in here and there and just boop, smack it with my Q, smack it with my Q, and good night. And that's going to be another turret right there going over for Bayport. So as long as they just kind of hold off the rest of Milton here, Bayport has an extreme advantage going for them right now. As we see, Rakan's trying to help his Yasuo, but that's not a good spot for you to be there, bud. You're all by yourself. But we do see that the Kayn and Orianna punish the Yorick that stayed a little bit too long. Or if you're going to stay like that, you need to make sure that you put some vision there so that way then they can't come behind you. So it looks like 4 members mid here for Bayport, waiting for their Yorick to go ahead and respawn. Yorick does have TP, but big issue. Yasuo has completed a Guardian Angel, so he was already a big pain to deal with, and now you got to kill him twice in order to get rid of him for team fights. So a lot of AD damage, a lot of critical damage coming from that Yasuo. So that explains then the Thornmails for Yorick. I would like to see a little bit more, probably armor coming in from Xin. Because in all honesty, Zin's the one that really has to try to engage and counter that Yorick. Oh, so they are able, Echo's able to go ahead and get it. Yorick doing his best. The MF ult coming down. Zin's taking some turret shots here, and it's going to go ahead and get poked by the turret there. So what looked like a team fight going in the way of Bayport got a little bit too aggressive there, and Milton was able to go ahead and swing it in their favor. So it's going to be a 3-for-1 kind of team fights across the map here, and it's going to go in Milton's favor. So that kill advantage is back up to 4 there, and they do have three Drakes to their advantage. And the Baron buff has worn off here for Bayport. So things are swinging back in favor of Milton. So the GA is down, though, on the Yasuo. So that's the positive thing about what just happened there, is that your Echo is able to dive into the back now and get to the Yasuo and burst him down. He's got no MR. He's got no magic resistance. Actually, the only one on on Milton that has magic resist is Kane. So Echo will be able to do a lot of burst damage here. Yorick sending in the Brute squad there. It does. Yorick could be looking to go for. Is that going to be a Wit's End? I'm not super sure with what those two items are. Again, Echo's jumping into the back lane there. Drops the ultimate. Gets the full heal. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Yorick is able to. Oh, can they get down the Yasuo? Able to get down the Yasuo. And this could be an ace. This could be an ace coming out for Milton. It is going to go ahead and be the ace. And that's a quadra kill coming over for Yorick. Little Yorick going from 0-5 to 4-5. Huge turnaround there for Bayport. So let's see what kind of pressure that they can put down here. The Drake is up in 30 seconds. Baron's up in 20. Yorick's just going to go ahead and smash. Smash this turret. Get that down. I don't think that they're going to be able to go ahead and put a ton of pressure on this inhibitor, but they are going to be able to put at least 1 or 2 good smacks on this turret. They might be able to get the turret, and that's about it. Remember to not overstay, Bayport. Get out of there. Good job. Good job recognizing that all those cooldowns on Milton were done, and you need to get out. Do you see it's a Mountain Drake this time? So York's going to go ahead and steal away that red buff. Xin Zhao's putting some pressure down there. York needs to be careful here. He doesn't have flash. Able to go ahead and recognize that pressure is coming and get out of there. Bayport's able to go ahead and secure their first Drake. Given the back and forth nature of this game, it has been neck and neck. Bayport's been turning corners left and right. The second that Milton gets a lead, here comes Bayport. Do you see 5 members of Milton just kind of running it down mid here? Morg's top. Zin's in the back line there. I think if you're going to go in here, if you're going to be Bayport, you need to recognize that Yasuo's Guardian Angel is almost up. So if this is a team fight that you want, you better go soon, because about less than 25% left until that Guardian Angel cooldown is done. And now you got to go ahead and try to kill Yasuo twice. I think Bayport's... MF decided to back here and start to build a little bit more lethality. Here she comes back into the team fight, but again, that cooldown timer is so close for Yasuo. I think it's going to be up before anything can happen here. So Milton just kind of holding off, waiting for that cooldown. I'd maybe give it 10 seconds here. Rakan gets caught out, dashes over the wall. And the GA... Oh, Yasuo's going in. Oh, Yasuo, no! Your GA was seconds away. The MF ult coming out. The Rakan knockup coming in. And the GA is now up for Yasuo. Lot of Zanyas coming out here. I think Bayport's going to go ahead and turn this one in their favor as well. They go ahead and tie it up. It's going to go ahead and be a 3-for-1 kill exchange here. The ZZ Rot is down here in lane. Sorry, that's what Yorick was building, was the ZZ Rot. So, okay, I apologize. Not super familiar with that item. Kane trying to put as much damage down as possible. Yorick smash. Look at that. Just basically one-shots that after the demolish, but taking a lot of damage there. I don't know if they have what it's going to take in order to turn this. Echo, a little bit too greedy trying to dive in there. Oriana could turn this right around real quick. Bayport goes and backs away there. Opened it up, though. And if you notice, up in the top, the Winions were able to go ahead and secure this turret. This one doesn't have much to go. Oh, the Winions were able to go ahead and secure the inhib as well. So that's 2 inhibitors open now for Milton. So Bayport doing the most of that team fight that went in their favor. And you see Yorick. I see a tower that I can smash. Yorick's just going to be able to go ahead and just like one-shot whatever is left on this turret. Oriana's trying to come down to the bot side, but she's not going to get there in time. Yorick secured. Does need to be careful here, though. Uses the pool there, the snare pool, in order to fend off Renekton and Oriana. Don't see either school here with a ton of gold, or at least really any large item spike that they could go up to. Do see that Yasuo has completed the, what is it, the Mercial Scimitar. And so that does give him now a little bit of magic resist to go onto that Echo. Gives him quite a bit of lifesteal. I think that's probably going to be the biggest issue with that Scimitar there, is now Yasuo is just going to be able to heal up. Kayn has completed the Spirit Visage, so starting to recognize that they need that in order to stop Echo from just shredding that team. Echo diving in there, trying to hold off. Kayn's coming in. Here comes... Oh! Milton's able to go ahead and get the Baron, but let's see how this team fight plays out. The Morgana ult coming in. The Zanya's coming down. Renekton trying to get the damage down. Yasuo is back up with that. Oh, this is the team fight that they needed. Milton takes the team fight, gets the triple kill on Yasuo. Stole the Baron. But what's that? Uh-oh, your base is severely damaged here. The Winion's putting damage here on the Nexus. Man, if only Yorick still had TP and some vision in the base there, could easily be looking at a bit of a backdoor play here. But Milton recognizes the turret damage, then a little bit of damage down there on the Nexus, and Baron buff allows them all to just go ahead and back here real quick. We do see that Elder is up. So Echo going down to scope it. Throws a ward down in the pit. Again, one really important thing here that I make sure that I point out every single stream that I do. Look at the vision scores. Okay? Every single person for Milton is over a score of 20, basically 25 at this point. MF down there only has a vision score of 2. Okay, that's a huge difference. Look, both supports are rocking it. Absolutely rocking it. Both with a vision score over 50. So that's a vision score of, something like you're over a 1. I think it's going to be like a 1.2 given the time difference. That's a pretty good score for vision here. If you look at the pros by like 20, 25 minutes, you're talking a vision score of like, uh-oh, poor Yorick. Flashes over the wall, but I think the burn damage is going to be there. Ooh, real close. But Yorick could get chased down here. He's running back to his team, hoping for that Morgana redemption coming down. Oh, and I don't know. This is a risky Elder call, especially with how low it is. Kayn's going to go ahead and dive in, and Kayn is going to go ahead and secure the Baron buff. It's going to cost him his life, but oh boy. Bayport was so close there, and I don't know. Do you sacrifice your teammate in that case and do your best to go ahead and secure the Baron? Or sorry, secure the Elder? It's a tough call. We do see that Yorick is getting pretty close here to having his TP back available, but the inhib is back up there for Milton. So they still have one inhib down. The only positive here right now for Bayport is that it's first Elder. So it's not super huge buffs. It's a difference, but I guess if we're looking at a glass half full here, at least they only got 3 out of 4 of the Drakes. Trying to be a little positive here. So we do see some of these buffs here. So Elder is almost halfway done already. So all Bayport really needs to do is just push out the waves, turtle, get defensive, and wait to make another push here. Team fights are being super, super helpful here for Bayport, but Yasuo now has completed a Sterix gauge as well. Echo completed the Morelicons and the Void Staff. So Echo is at full build. The Void Staff is going to be helpful for dealing with that magic penetration there for the Spirit Visage on Kayn, and that Scimitar there on Yasuo. So it's going to come down to one more team fight here, and really whoever comes out victorious on this team fight is probably going to be victorious in the game. Milton has now gotten to almost a 5k gold lead here given this Baron buff. So pretty good use of the buff and the Elder buff there as well. So do see that the Mark of the Elder is now wore off. So it looks like we're going to just go ahead and see some action going down here in the mid. Yorick's trying to push out this tower. Ooh, the Renekton gets the Morgana snare and takes it with him. Yorick putting that pressure down on a split lane. At this point, it's not going to be helpful. You kind of need everybody there. They're not going to send anybody at this point because, the Morgana just accidentally popped the Zanyas. Because right now for a 4v5 or even a 4v4 at this point, I would give the advantage to Milton. Yorick is coming into the back here, going to try to reopen this inhib and is going to go for the W. Get it, Yorick. Go, buddy, go. Oh. He's going to get a huge thing of CC coming down his way, but that's going to then open up the other inhib here. So Bayport is doing a fantastic job of putting this pressure. And I want you to notice something here. What's that? That's a backdoor right there. So we'll see here. We'll see let's see how greedy Milton is. They didn't sweep the base. They only Rakan's got the sweeper. Look you can see the pings coming out from Bayport. They're calling for the backdoor play. Oh, if Orianna leaves the base, if they go push for Baron, Bayport should bait the Baron. 15 seconds. And we'll see what's going to happen here. Renekton's the only one back in base right now. Yasuo's going to clear some of this jungle. Orianna is also there as well. I think they know that this is warded. I don't know if they know that this is warded. Oh, and there's not too much time left on that ward. So I think Milton, I think they saw that there's potentially some backdoor play potential here. This ward's not long for the world. Honestly, I think Milton should just go ahead and go for Baron at this point. They see Kayn is going to go ahead and be caught out here. Oh, there it is. There it is. Here it comes. Yorick trying to get into the back. Drops the ZZ Rot. Just going for the base. Trying to get it. Oh, Yorick! Oh, it's not enough! Oh, but the ZZ Rod is going to go ahead and get a couple smashes. And that's going to go ahead and leave Baron free for the rest of Bayport. Oh, man, this has been a fun game. Oh, no! Kane coming in and steals another one? Are you kidding me? Oh, my God. That's all three. I'm almost positive. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Sorry. Bayport got the first. They got the first Baron, but then yeah. Wow. This game has been. It's been a lot. Now this could be potentially an issue here for Bayport. Uh-oh. Gonna go ahead and get shut down. Elder does reset. That's about the only positive. Xin Zhao trying to go in on Yasuo, but there's not enough damage coming down here on the Yasuo, and Yasuo's just able to 1v3 that entire thing. Rakan's there to help at that point, but again, Yorick trying to help out his team, but unfortunately that's just him trying to prolong it, so that way then the Elder resets. But these cooldown timers are no joke. Milton recognizes that they can now go ahead and push, probably go ahead and open up this inhib with 30 seconds to go, and this Yasuo being as fed as he is, they might even be able to end the game. They got the Baron empowered minions. Boom. Tower down. Inhib down. Rakan flashes forward. I think that's going to be it. I don't think that there's going to be enough that... No, Echo's not even going to have a chance. So, oh, man, what a back and forth game. That was... Whew, that was fun. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Congratulations to Milton for scraping by there. I love the attempt of the backdoor plays there by Bayport. Not to try to play favorites here, but Bayport, I was rooting for you guys. That was fun. See ya tomorrow. We got some JV action coming your way. Right now, I have on schedule, I have Tosa against Clinton A. So we'll get to see undefeated Clinton A JV team in action. Look at that. Yasuo with almost 50,000 damage. Well played by both teams there. Anyways, check us out later. Thanks for tuning in today. Come back tomorrow. Again, I posted in the Discord, so if you're watching and you play another game, download your matches. Let me know. I'm starting to upload everything up onto the YouTube channel, so we have kind of a record of everything that's going. So record your Rocket League, your Smash, and your Overwatch games. Get them to me. Let me upload them. I'd love to get some more content up there on the YouTube channel. So otherwise, if I can't find another game to stream tonight, have a good night. See you later, and bye.